We're going to talk about Chrysalis, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy listening to them. And I'm going to turn it over to Minerva Laviega, and she's going to introduce the other people who are helping out tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for being here. It's always exciting to see all these names of people that support our project, and it's just always lovely to see you and to see the Literary Fiesta crew. Thank you again for having us and for this collaboration. Thank you, Janine. And well, we're honored to be the closing event in this year's Literary Fiesta. The lineup was so amazing. So I hope you had a chance to attend many of the sessions. It was a particularly good year. So we're happy to be here. And I have in my hands the newest issue of Chrysalis. It's this lovely, beautiful book that you'll see soon at EPCC libraries and at some participating local businesses in El Paso that have been great. So I want to give a mention to Elemi Restaurant and Chuco Relic and Savage Goods. They have been so great, and they helped us during the pandemic when we didn't have a way to get our journals out, and they stepped up, and it's been great working with all of them. Before I forget, I also want to thank the deans that support this project. Becky Escamilla, Jan Ebler, and Blaine Primosic have been so important in getting us to this point today. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I do get to introduce the first reader, who is a dear friend, so I'm very happy to be the one to do it. But before that, I also want to mention the amazing editors that are making this issue possible. And for those of you who may not be as familiar with Chrysalis, or maybe this is the first time you join us for our release, I want to say Chrysalis is a journal. It's a bilingual journal. We publish work in English, Spanish, and Spanglish. And our editors do all of the selection. So our editors are current or former EPCC students, and they read everything that is sent to us, and it's hundreds of submissions, and they read them all, then they make the selection, and then we work for months on edits and working with the writers to get to the final product. So I want to mention the names of all the editors who made this issue possible. The managing editor for this issue is Natalia Arreola, and you'll hear from her in a little bit. And then our art editor was Jose Alejandres. I think some of them may be here, so if you guys are here and you want to turn on your camera and say hi, you can do that if you want. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I do want to recognize your work. Our fiction editors were Cristina Rodriguez and Jonathan Harris. Non-fiction editors were Jaime Gutierrez and Natalia Arreola. Our poetry editors were Sara Valenzuela, Crystal Lopez, and Denise Sáenz. And then Jaime Gutierrez and Natalia Arreola also served as Spanish editors. And then this year we have two new editors. We're happy to have Alex Ureño and Anastasia Ortiz join us. So we're ready for another issue, and the editors will talk more about that. And we're already receiving submissions. So if you write poetry, fiction, nonfiction, if you do visual artwork, we'll be happy to look at your work, and we'll be happy to share it with other people. Okay, so I'm going to present our first reader. And this reader is someone who I admired a lot, and a friend who I appreciate greatly. And she is one of the winners of the Hector Padilla Contest. Last year, one of the very sad losses we suffered was our dear friend and colleague Hector Padilla. And we started this contest as a way to honor him. And I think he would be proud of the faculty who step up and the students in the community who send their work, because ultimately that's something he loved. He loved literature, and he loved knowing that students read literature and that we're publishing literature. So I think he would be happy with this. So it is in his honor that we started that contest. We're gonna do it again in the spring, so stay tuned for that. But our first reader is Jasmine Ramirez. I'm going to read the bio because she does so much that I know what she's doing all the time, but then it's so much that I lose track. So her memoir, Andale Prieta, is going to be released in 2022. And she just got a new press in New York, and she'll help me with the name because in the bio that I have here, it's an older edition. She is a 2021 Martha's Institute Creative Writing Author Fellow. Her fiction and her creative nonfiction works have appeared in Cream City Review and Huizache, among many others. She is an associate professor of English, creative writing, and Chicanx literature at El Paso Community College. She stays active in the literary community and serves on the board of Border Senses, which is a literary nonprofit that supports art and literature. And you can find out more about her at her website, jasmineramirez.com. I mean, that's just like a little taste of everything that she does. Our students are very lucky to have her as one of our professors, and we're honored that she sent us her work to share for this inaugural contest. So, Jasmine, welcome. Thank you for being here and celebrating this issue with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Minerva, and all the editors. I'm so excited when you read their names because I know so many of them, and I worked with them, and not all of them, but several of them. And that's just very exciting to me, hearing that and all the creative work that they're doing. So I'm going to actually jump right into it. And this is a piece of fiction I wrote, and I want to introduce it just a little bit in that so this piece was inspired by I saw a picture of Segundo Barrio, and I think a lot of times people ask, like, what inspires you? What do you write? How do you write? And everyone's a little bit different, but I think as long as you're looking just at things in a different way, you'll get inspired from so many different things. And so I saw a photo of Segundo Barrio, and this is how I came up with the story. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. It is called Sunday in Segundo. So, sunny spring Sundays always brought the people out of their red brick buildings. The rows of doorways popped open and the screen doors kept the flies out. Open windows let in the fresh breeze and the sunlight. The neighborhood knew to take advantage of this because there was only a few days like this in El Paso spring before the winds came. El Freddy walked down 3rd Street towards Stanton. He just left from La Bui Bakery where he ate a warm empanada. He'd pass on the cafecito, even though it always made the piña of the empanada taste sweeter. But it was too warm for café. As he walked, he passed some vatos who were riding around the barrio in their tricked-out chrome-blinged bikes. El Freddy nodded as he passed them, and he heard laughter as one of them hit the curb and almost wiped out. El Freddy didn't laugh, but just smiled. In the alley, he heard the sounds of chavitos as they kicked a worn soccer ball, shirtless and barefoot, up and down toward makeshift goal poles. He liked the sound of his gente as he made his way to his compa Beto's house. Cumbia spilled out of the windows and mingled with the vatos and chavitos' laughter. La Señora Lupe was sweeping the sidewalk in front of her door, and she nodded at him as he passed. Her eyes were steely, and even though El Freddy hadn't done nothing wrong, he gazed down towards his feet. Esa señora era bruja, he thought, and walked faster. El Freddy found Beto outside like everyone else, sitting in his dark green Oldsmobile, wiping down the dashboard with Armor All. He wiped around a black sticker with white letters that said, Raza is love. Beto's ruca had stuck it there one evening after they'd smoked because she thought it was beautiful. He heard the easy notes of Malo's Suavecito flowing out of the car. That's what today was, Suavecito. El Freddy leaned against the side of the car and shot the shit while Beto made sure the inside of his ride gleamed so bright it hurt the eyes of anyone walking by. Suavecito, mi linda, suavecito, the feeling I have inside for you. Suavecito, mi linda. They checked out the chavas as they walked by and laughed when the girls rolled their eyes at them. They were laughing so hard that El Freddy almost missed her. A mamacita he'd seen a few times but never talked to was getting out of an old Buick across the street. He stared as she bent at the waist, arms against the window frame to talk to the driver. Her tight bell bottoms hugged all the curves, and he couldn't stop staring at the jean-clad corazoncito, a heart facing him. Hey, he said to Beto, and jutted his chin in her direction. Beto turned to look, shook his hands, fingers flapping freely, and said, Esa ruca man tiene un culo? Then bit his lip. As she straightened up, she turned to look behind her and saw Beto staring. El Freddy froze, lips parted, no sound came out. She smiled at him, flipped her dark feathered hair, and disappeared around the corner tienda. The Buick roared off. Never, never have I met a girl like you in my life. I never, yeah. I never met a girl like you in my life. I cannot sing, I'm sorry. Ándale, güey, Beto said toward the store. El Freddy looked at Beto, smoothed his hands on his faded Levi's, and nodded. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jasmine. Sorry, my. Can we clap? Can we like unmute or do like the emoji or something? Like, thank you so much for getting us started. Anyway.
Hello, my name is Natalia, and I'm the managing editor right now. I'm sorry. I have some difficulties right now. So I'm Natalia. I'm the managing editor for this new edition. And before I introduce our cover artist, I would like to say a few words. I'm so pleased to present you all this new edition. This issue will be unique among all these publications in Chrysalis because we worked on it from our homes from the beginning to end. I think this volume of Chrysalis is a ray of light created despite all the bad that happened last year. This issue will make us remember we can still see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it will remind us the year 2020 is already behind us. And I'm so proud of my team, and I'm so grateful for everything. Now, I would like to present you Belinda Subran. Belinda Subran has been writing and publishing for years in both print and online journals. In the early 80s, she began Gypsy Literary magazine out of Germany, which publishing the likes of Bukowski and Burroughs when they were still alive, as well as work from as many as 22 countries. She also paints in ink and acrylics. Check her YouTube channel for her other creative projects. Belinda's work, Brambles, is featured in the cover of the new issue of Chrysalis.
Hello.
We can hear you, Belinda.
Okay, hello.
You're good.
Can you hear and see me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to ask me something or shall I read the poem?
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the cover? You're a particular guest because we have one of your poems in the issue, but also you did our cover image. Do you want to share about the cover a little and then read the poem?
Okay, I can do that. Yes. Last year, creativity saved me because I'm a fairly anxious person, and I just kept creating and writing. And I did a series that I call Roots and Branches. And it just kind of came to me. I thought I was just going to do some kind of a wildflower or some kind of earthy picture. And I added roots. And I did about 15 more of those over the year. That was my first one. And past one, sure. So roots to keep us, because we had to stay in one place. We were rooted to our houses pretty much. And then through the arts, we reached out to the world and the internet and Zoom and all that other good stuff. So I think that was probably symbology of that. And I also kept a pandemic diary. It's another thing that helped me get through. It wasn't daily. I might have had 35 pieces over the year, so it was not regular. And this piece called A Day in the USA is from May the 30th. And at that time, Black Lives Matter protests were going on, and militant racist groups were coming in, causing trouble, and of course, blaming Black Lives Matter people, even though a lot of them were white pregnant women and all sorts of good people. And somehow I dredged up a good feeling through it all. A day in the USA. Riots erupt in the streets. Windows are broken. Buildings burned. Cars overturned. Over 100,000 dead from the pandemic. 40 million unemployed. Hate straps on weapons and dares contradiction. Shootings resume. Angry machetes and hunting bows appear. Tear gas blinds us. Walking home, it begins to rain. Sound becomes wet applause on pavement. The day dims and greenery brightens. Potted trees give shelter. Weeds through concrete cracks sway with yellow flowers in communal wind. Beauty remains in the stillness. Thank you very much. I'm so honored to have been featured and included.
Hi everyone, it's Anastasia Ortiz, and I'm just going to be introducing another poet. Leah Mess is a Latinx queer writer from Ciudad Juarez and El Paso. Their work strives to bring attention to mental health problems amongst the Latinx community in these two sister cities. As such topics were widely stigmatized until recent years, as their family used to say, therapy was for los locos, and los locos were crazy for thinking they needed help. Growing up as one of those locals pushed them to earn a BA in psychology and an MED in mental health counseling, conducting research on social justice topics such as access to education and trauma and the migrant experience. In these years, they found no better tool than retelling one story to help the other locals out there.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So I will be reading 2 of my poems that I contributed to the magazine, and thank you so much for the space. This is called Who Taught You That? Who advised you on the benefits of trapping us in swarms, of setting us against each other as you watched from afar and laughed? Who told you being pinned down, hands in places you shamed, no permission given, trespassing made us wet? Who taught you that? Who demonstrated how to put your hands against our throats and choke the life out of us, long enough to see the halo shatter over your heads? Who tutored you on how to hate our existence while getting hot and bothered by our bodies? Who showed you the means to control us was to shame us? Who taught you that? Who showed you what you liked, on who you liked it? Who told you to put the practice in every warm body you coveted? Who explained to you it is better to like it when we don't, that it is preferred we don't feel as you let yourself go? Who taught you that? Who showed you that anger made you memorize the names you call us, putas, fáciles, pirujas, the way to debase us? Who mentored you so you would follow the same patterns we have seen time and time again, Same disregard, same hatred, different hands and different faces. Who taught you that? To walk the fragile thread of killing us or loving us. It is enough. It's been enough since the early days of our violence. Now the tongue of my mother will ignite you in words. The hands of my sisters cast the first stones against your heads, paint your faces red, and we'll show you how to feel shame. We will teach you now. And if I'm allowed, I can share another one. If not, that's fine. That will be it.
It's up to you. If you want to share another one, that's okay.
Okay. So I'm sharing this one. It's called Chronicles of an Exorcism, and I have the English and Spanish version. The Spanish version is Bitácora de un Exorcismo, so I'll start with the Spanish version. Este cuerpo no es un templo, es una casa embrujada llena de vestigios de tragedias pasadas. 2002, las marcas fogosas de tus manos entre la tierna piel de mi entrepierna, los lamentos de las leyendas que hemos escuchado desde niños acumulándose tras mi garganta mientras un infierno rojo colorea mi piel. 2003, conjuré tu atención sin saber qué había detrás de las puertas. Hasta la fecha, puedo sentir mi piel retorciéndose ante el recuerdo de las yemas de tus dedos, desfigurando mi imagen. ¿Quién es ese rostro que veo en el espejo? Me he distanciado del pasado con la esperanza de recatalogar esos demonios como productos de mi imaginación. 2004. Marcas de zarpas contra mi espalda dejadas por la aparición. Metió sus garras debajo de mi falda y dejó una marca que no dejó de arder hasta que estuve solo. Nunca volvería a caminar solo de noche ni no hay lugares seguros. Las palabras que siguieron tus labios son míos, mis labios son tuyos, guiados por obsesiones y reticencias a reconocer nuestras muertes. No había asuntos pendientes, no había un más allá para escapar. Debería de haber notado el cadáver de nosotros en los últimos años, pero digo esto en retrospectiva, una vez que pude verte por lo que eras. 2007. Otro par de zarpas se envuelve en mi garganta. Busco el aire mientras se empañan las ventanas. Mis ojos se sumergen. Podría haber huido, pero decidí seguirlo y terminé bajo el agua. 2009. Dedos delgados quemando nuevamente mi entrepierna. Un demonio clavando mis brazos contra la pared. Ahogo el fantasma de un grito cuando el demonio suelta el control sobre mí y corrí. 2010. Contra la aspereza de las almohadas, debo haber abandonado mi cuerpo nuevamente. Paralizado por el peso de un demonio sobre mi espalda y amortiguo mi voz en la aspereza de la cama. 2011. Traté de exorcizar estos demonios. Me acosté en la cama, enfermo hasta la médula. El demonio se desliza en mis sueños hasta que su interior se retuerce con alegría y se esfuma. Me inclino frente al lavabo del baño, las luces apagadas, la casa vacía, y dejo que mis entrañas quemen las comisuras de mis labios. 2011. Regresé a la casa buscando respuestas. Encontré caos en el silencio. La voz de mi cabeza inquieta, rogándome escapar. Aprendí a escuchar ese instinto justo después. Me fui por última vez, pero los fantasmas y demonios me siguieron el rastro hasta que se aburrieron y me dejaron solo con los ecos del pasado, de quien fui. Pesadillas despertándome de mis sueños más profundos, empapado en un sudor frío. 2020. Quemé la casa hasta verla en cenizas, y con ella los cuerpos de todos mis tormentos. Una niña quedó atrapada en el fuego, pero la vi reír y reír y reír. Considérame libre de todo fantasma, demonio y apariciones. Este cuerpo no es un templo. Este cuerpo no es una casa embrujada. Este cuerpo es un cementerio donde le guardo luto a la niña que perdí en el incendio y celebro mi resurrección. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Ureño. I'm one of the new editors for the Chrysalis magazine. Before we start, I was asked to have Sol Moreno present herself. We want to make sure the next reader is here. So Sol Moreno, if you can, just make sure, let us know if you're here, please. Last call for Sol Moreno. Okie dokie. I believe we are going to continue with Denise being presented by Anastasia Ortiz.
Hi, everyone. My name is Denise Science, and I have the great honor to present Anastasia Ortiz. Anastasia Ortiz grew up in many different places. She was born in California and proceeded to grow up in Mexico, Puerto Rico, Florida, Cuba, and last but never least, El Paso, Texas. Every place she lived has shaped the way she views the world, and these places inspires everything she writes. Anastasia, the floor is yours.
Okay, can everyone see me?
Yes.
I have my family here watching as well, so I just wanted to say that. And I'll go ahead and start now. I am from the Flor de Maga and the cacti, from the dry desert, mirrored in the cracks of the skin on my hands, and the Caribbean Ocean, sparkling green and blue like gems. Like the tostonera, strong, sturdy, capable of making garlic-scented art out of simplicity. I am from dark hair and brown skin and arroz con pollo y habichuelas. From rainstorms God created, gives life a fresh start. Next, the rainbow he made to soothe my beating heart. My origins, Villalba, Puerto Rico, and Chihuahua, Mexico. Mis abuelos, Carlos Ortiz y Marilu González. From cilantro and ixora, vengo de una familia que grita, Jacinto, dame la vaca, on the edge of a cliff, eagerly awaiting the ocean's reply. A family whose trip through the desert ended with pulling cactus spines out of my sister's hand. I am the molcajete grinding ajo y plátano, the Christmas decorations on the last Thursday of November. Steaming cups of abuelita, I am. The hope that my children will not only embrace where they are from, but be proud of where they are headed.
Hi everyone. Sorry, me again. I think Anastasia is back, so Anastasia is kind of like in the spotlight today, and I just want to mention that she's one of the. It just worked out so nicely. We didn't know her, well, not the whole team. I met Anastasia some years ago, but we didn't know her, and then she sent her work, and then it just worked out that now this year she's one of our editors. So we're so proud to have someone who's both in our issue and now coming in as a new editor. So Anastasia, you now, the floor is yours again.
Okay. I'll be presenting Elvira Catalina. She has a degree in Spanish literature and a master's in journalism from the Autonomous University of Chihuahua. She also holds a master's in education from the National Pedagogical University of the state of Chihuahua, Mexico. She was a literature teacher and had a radio show to promote reading. She has taught theater workshops. Currently, Elvira enjoys learning English and about health sciences as a student at El Paso Community College.
Thank you. Thank you, and good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I read my poem in my Spanish version. Es un poema que se llama La terca criatura del huizache, una extraña y rara criatura a la que le pasan las estaciones del año, tal como pasamos de la niñez a la vejez, y queremos renacer nuevamente en un ciclo sin final, donde se nace y se muere constantemente. Ok. Ah, esta terca criatura camina entre los huizaches, creyéndose creativa y tan desiertas sus albas. Bonita, que nadie mira, de Adioki su autoestima, anclada en la dócil paz oscura de su casa. Frondoso hogar, agonizante esperanza, yegua veloz, lenta tortuga, agua y fuego que uno al otro se aniquilan. Esa terca criatura, ayer jugaba inocente con las hadas de los árboles desérticos, criatura consentida, acurrucada en las ramas de los huizaches, mamando de sus pezones amarillos, aterciopelados como musgo. El verano llega y se va, corre con los arroyos que agarran agua en épocas de lluvias. Las ramas se encanecen, los huizaches otoñales con cabellos plateados, en la tierra hojas escarlata. El viento, el invierno cae como almas blancas. La criatura camina en la negra nieve. La criatura se resiste. El huizache abre un portal, se divisa el misterio. Otra vez la primavera. La terca criatura flota en el incontrolable perfume que se aspira eternamente en las cíclicas flores amarillas del huizache. And thanks. My English version is in Chrysalis magazine. And thank you again.
Hi, everyone. My name is Crystal Lopez Russell, and I'm one of the editors with Chrysalis, and I have the honor of presenting Mary Villanueva. Mary has lived all her life in El Paso, a single mom who was given a second chance to returning to college. She found her real passion in writing. With her love of living in a border desert town, she plans to write about her culture and the people she notices daily. Mary sees the magic of El Paso and wants to share it with the world.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay?
Hear ya.
Okay. A little background about this poem. I just wanted to write about how certain El Pasoans, certain Mexicans, certain people of culture separate themselves even though we have the same background. Borders. Like the owl picking itself on the cactus for water, a Mexican will risk his life for a new one. Like a rattlesnake eating its young to survive, a border patrol agent will arrest his own for a paycheck. Like the sun beating down on the high, dry, thirsty plain, the name Flores is written on the arrestee and on the agent's badge. Like the dead tumbleweeds constantly blowing in the wind, the illegal, no, the human will strive to cross borders again. Thank you.
You're muted.
Natalia, you are muted. We can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Now I'll be presenting Carmen Gomez. Carmen Gomez is the proud mother of 3 daughters who are teachers. This new grandmother came to the United States 27 years ago with her husband, looking for the American dream to offer their daughters better opportunities. Carmen, the floor is yours.
I'm looking through the participants, Carmen. I don't see you. Are you here? Okay, so let's we'll continue, and maybe we can go back so people who didn't get a chance to read and were on the agenda. So I'm gonna ask Crystal to come back to introduce our new reader. Let me check if she's here. Emerald, are you here? Okay, then we're gonna move on to Alex presenting our next reader, hopefully here. LKN Poetry. Let us know if you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Alex Ureño here again. So LKN is a page performance slam street poet. He is published in 4 books in 3 countries. His poetry was shared in 1,700 plus events across 16 countries and featured in events such as History Channel's HistoryCon, Poetry Festival Singapore, and Toronto International Festival of Authors. LKN also busks in Manila, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Take it away.
Magandang umaga. Buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lakan and I'm from the Philippines. And I represent the Poetry Global Network. I have 2 pieces for today. The first one is included in the Chrysalis. Thank you so much for including my poem. And I hope that everyone supports poetry of different communities that we have right now in these COVID times. Thank you. The title of the poem in Chrysalis is Only Watch. It is a line palindrome. Go, tick, tock, hearing broken hands falling, clanking between each stricken nail, scratched cogs tumbling up the hung black clock, chinking down a mummed, toiling, beating a tick-tock, whispering, graining numbers counted out, howled hours, series crashing gently, loosely screwed, gray skewed, its jerk chiming a tick-tock, sabled digits are kissing, tick-tock, pausing, shunned, silently banging its putrid echoes, deafening scuffed fingers, climbing, hushing every embraced gears, will, unlocking beneath a raven time at tick-tock, stop, beneath a raven time, will, unlocking, hushing every embraced gears, deafening scuffed fingers, climbing its putrid echoes, silently banging, tick-tock, pausing, shunned, sable digits are kissing a tick-tock, to its dirk chiming, gently, loosely screwed, gray skewed, howled, hours, series crashing, numbers counted out, whispering, graining, beating a tick-tock, chinking down a mummed, toiling, up the hung black clock, nails scratched cogs, tumbling, clanking between each stricken hearing, broken hands, falling, go, tick-tock, tick-tock. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Actually, I'd like to also thank is she here? Can't see. Miss Sands, thank you for inviting me for Chrysalis. She was the one who, she was the one who invited me to submit. Thank you. And it's nice to see Lee as well here. The second piece is part of a book that will be released this year. So that I will I will share the Spanish version of it. In English, it's nursing home, and in Spanish, of course, enfermería la casa. Lamentaciones en escala gris. Se sienta en pliegues con los dedos, en una hoja marfil, ruido, saltando de un cobre revestido, atrapar de un marco de cama arqueado. Lástima esta lunes. Murmuró la almohada, hinchada solitaria, corriendo a la izquierda, tambalearse, blanqueado, lágrimas presionando los jadeos galapantes de los dientes, enclavo en tapadas almas medio, tragado en grietas de sepia magra, de respiraciones enredadas, capturado en el aire por las amanecer palmas, alcanzado medias nada, envolturas de calados limpios en desierto, paredes enteras. Como una silueta doblada se rompe la columna vertebral arqueada, crujiente de las enceladas, jacina el pecho en un tentavo despojado, manta acreciendo los sollozos, hebras plata de los te amos. Oído débilmente en un callado, retumbando en llamadas no correspondido, cae en ecos discados, marcado en números rayados, entregado por nombres acunados, matado por una canción de cuna encogido, en un críspulo liberado, atado a las 5 de la mañana, roto. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat. Hope that everybody's everybody's. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Hi, everyone. It's me again. It's Denise. I have the pleasure of introducing our next reader. It's Valdemar Perez. Valdemar Perez is a proud graduate from the University of Texas at El Paso. Originally from the Rio Grande Valley, Valdemar has lived in El Paso, Texas for over 30 years and has worked for El Paso Community College in one capacity or another for almost all that time. Valderrama, I'm so excited to hear. Go ahead.
And thank you very much to all the readers. Everybody's done a wonderful job. And I dedicate this reading to two Hectors. Hector Padilla, of course. Can you see me? There you go. And another Hector, I think he knows who he is. He lives in California. So here's the reading. The title is Two Ladrones from El Paso Have a Bright Idea. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hector had contemplated this very thought for days now. He put on a movie he had seen many times, and during the opening scene, a light bulb switched on in his head. Orale, he said to himself. That's it. The light that went off in his head brightened up the room, so he looked around. He was dying to tell his idea to someone, but there was no one until the door to his room opened and his brother Leo walked in. ¿Qué hubo, carnal? Leo said. You're watching the movie again? Chingao ese, que no te cansas de esa pinche película? I came in here to play Fortnite, ese. Yesterday I found this cool hiding place and I was crouching like this, ese, y luego, cállate, güey. I am watching this movie for a reason. I got an idea. Siéntate, güey. Que la chingada. Otra vez con tus pinches ideas. What is it this time? Leo sat on the bed looking at the PS4, dying to turn it on. When is the last time we hit a house, ese? Pues, it's been a year, pendejo. Culpa del pinche COVID. Simón ese. Hector stood up, found the remote control, and paused the movie. He got serious. Culpa de la pinche pandemia. Everybody's home. Like us. Yeah, people used to go to work and school, and we could hit the houses during the day. Pero ya no. They don't even go on vacation, Leo said sadly. Simón ese. Those were the houses we would hit at night. We would dress up like ninjas y todo el pedo. It's how we got this PS4. Exactly. Those were fun times. Pinche COVID. Leo took out his cell phone thoughtlessly and began to scroll. Pero watch, I say. Pay attention. Hector ripped the phone away from Leo's hand. He sat down, looked around suspiciously, and started to whisper. Pointing to the movie, he said, we could hit the restaurants. Estás pendejo, güey. Give me that phone. Shh. Vas a despertar a la jefita, I say. Hector stood up and made sure the door was tightly shut. Aren't most of the restaurants closed, ese? Leo said. No, a lot of them are open. The ones that didn't go out of business. And people are actually eating inside. Can you believe it? Pinche gente pendeja. Pero no hay mucha lana allí, güey. And isn't there a coin shortage? What do you mean, ese? Hector tossed the phone on the bed. Pues, are you planning on hitting the safe? No, not the safe. That'll take too long. We hit the cash register for sure. And get this, ese. Again, Hector pointed to the movie. We hit the customers, ese. We get their wallets and purses. Oh yeah, that'll give us beer money at least. More than that, ese. Reefer money too. Hector pretended to smoke a joint. Órale. Now you're talking, ese. But wait a minute. Ahora qué, güey. People don't carry cash anymore, ese. Unless you plan to take their debit cards, their credit cards. Pero eso ya es mucho pedo, güey. They'll catch us for sure. Y luego caemos en el pinche bote otra vez, güey. Leo pointed to the PS4 and grabbed a nearby controller. Let's just play Minecraft, ese. Espérate, güey. Hector slapped the controller away. Don't you think I thought of that, ese? Thought of what? I know people don't carry cash anymore. But there is one place where they have to have cash, ese. Where's that? Chicos. Chicos, that's right, ese. Cash only. The signs are everywhere. Remember that fat guy with the cut-off sleeves? Simón, ¿cuál de tantos? He waited an hour in line, then lost his place because he had to go to the ATM. Both Hector and Leo cracked up laughing. Pinche gente pendeja. Y ha pasado un chingo de veces. People don't read, but you see, Hector rubbed his thumb and index finger as if he were trying to start a fire, indicating the universal sign up for money. There's plenty of cash lying around, coin shortage or not. You got a point, ese. Chingos de lana. We could make a killing. Especially if we catch them with cash in hand. You know, when they're filling the register again to make change. Simón ese. I've been in line when they do that. I hate it when people don't know what to order. It's chicos, chingao. People know their order before going in. Leo tapped his head vigorously with his finger. They got the order memorized. Pinche gente pendeja. What's your order, ese? Don't you know? Leo was genuinely surprised. I have my order memorized, not yours. And it's changed over the years. I used to get a double, but now I get 2 singles. That's right, ese. Why did you change to 2 singles? That doesn't even make sense. 6 tacos is 6 tacos. Because, pendejo, I like to drink the sauce and dip the fries. Hector illustrated the clever technique with his hands, pretending to swirl a French fry inside a heavenly sauce, then eating the French fries as if it were dripping with melted cheese. Then he pretended to drink the juice from a small tray, delicately using 2 hands and pretending to make sure not to spill any of the valuable juice. He completed his pantomime by nodding his head repeatedly, proud of his ingenious idea. Órale ese, that's clever. I have to try that. You have to dip the fries. Oh yeah, the leftover juice, the green salsa, and the melted cheese, all blended together as one. That's better than Doritos and bean dip. You bet, ese. For a long time, I couldn't make up my mind whether to dip the fries or drink the sauce. Then it occurred to me, get 2 singles and I can do both. It's the best of both worlds. Tienes razón. I used to get a double and a hot dog. Hay gente que dice burger dog. ¿Tú crees? Pinche gente pendeja. Es un pinche hot dog y cállense el hocico. Now I just get a single and a hot dog. Leo taps his tummy. My metabolism isn't what it used to be. Pero ¿sabes qué, güey? Me cae mal que ordenas el pinche hot dog ese. Why ese? They're good. Yeah, pero se tardan un chingo para hacerlo. Ahí estamos esperando como pendejos, escuchando número tras número tras número. Number 5, number 6. Not true, ese. One time we got our order right away. Ni hubo chance de jugar Galaga. Chingao. Yeah, I remember. Estábamos bien pedos. Bidi Bidi Bam Bam was on the jukebox. Estaba bailando ese. Y ya me caía cuando oí el número. Tú también ya te desmayabas, güey. What did you say? That can't be my order. I ordered a hot dog. Both Hector and Leo started laughing. Leo reached for a controller again. When are we going to hit chicos? Right now, ese. So put down the controller y agarra tu fusca. Right now? Simón, ese. Ya van a ser las 12. Lunchtime. Chingao. The line is going to be out the door. Especially con el pinche social distancing. That's okay, ese. That's more people to rob. You got a point. It's convenient that we'll be wearing masks already. Simón, y guacha. Hector lowered his arm sleeves on his shirt, which he wore unbuttoned. Manga larga, para que no se miren los tats. Es todo ese. You got it all figured out. Leo did the same. Hector got 2 guns from under the mattress and threw one on the bed next to Leo. Aquí está tu fusca. Make sure it's loaded. He dumped a box of bullets on the bed, and the clatter of guns being loaded filled the room. All this talk about chicos is making me hungry, ese. Can we eat there first? I don't see why not, but you better not eat your tacos with your hands, ese. That's disgusting. Ay, nomás porque no me los como tú. Hey, the way I eat them is the way you are supposed to eat them. Hector began to demonstrate it with his hands. You hold the front of the taco with one finger, just real quick while you insert the fork through the back, and then after you take a quick bite, el taco se queda bien parado. I get it. So you finger the front, backdoor the back, and then bite the tip. No seas cochino, way. But you're right. I like to add the green chili before every bite. Sabe chingón. I'll give it a try. But I'm not as talented as you. Are you ready? Hector aimed his gun at the television screen. Almost. You know, there's people who call the tacos from chicos flautas. Pinche gente pendeja. Si fueran flautas, they would come on a plate with red and green salsa, sour cream, and rice and beans. And they would make them with carne deshebrada. Esas son flautas. Remember that guy that worked for Chicos and moved to Austin? He opened his own Chicos Tacos, made the juice exactly the same, but called it Chucos Tacos. Lo mataron away. ¿De veras? Simón, I read it on Facebook. Then it must be true. Leo looked concerned. Are you sure this is a good idea? Simón ese, we'll be fine. What about the security guards? Won't they try to stop us? The rent-a-cops? No mames, way. They don't even carry guns. Oh, that's right. Then we'll be okay. ¿Y las surveillance cameras? ¿Cuál surveillance cameras, way? It's Chicos. They don't even have debit card machines. Surveillance cameras. ¿Qué traes, way? Hector and Leo laughed it off and tucked their guns in their pants. They were ready to go, but then there was a voice from within the house. ¿Pa dónde van, traviesos? Hector and Leo looked at each other for a moment, only slightly astonished, then answered simultaneously. Chicos! I thought I heard you guys talking about Chicos. Me traen una orden, un double con las papas. Órale, let's go, ese. La jefita would have to eat her tacos another day because the robbery did not go well for Hector and Leo, the 2 ladrones from El Paso. According to the surveillance cameras, the second they pulled out their guns, they were immediately apprehended by 2 undercover security guards who did have guns. Who knew? So, let this be a lesson to everyone. Don't mess with Chicos. The end. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Valdemar. Thank you so much for that. I just wanted to jump out on here just to remind everyone that we are open for submissions. If you need any information on how to submit your poetry, or if you want to follow us to get a little bit snippet of what Chrysalis is all about, please follow us on Instagram at epcc.chrysalis. If you know of any other poets, artists, or anything, just get the word out that we're looking for submissions, please. And I hope to see all of you guys submit some more this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Denise is our incoming managing editor, and I'm just always so proud of the team of editors at Chrysalis and everything that they do. This issue, as Natalia said, was a ray of light in a year that was very difficult for all of us. But you know, we worked through Zoom meeting, chat messages, and we got it done. And I'm very, very proud of the work that we continue to do with this team. So thank you to all of you, and thank you to everybody who sent us work. That was a light. Seeing all of these works that we imagined, some of them maybe were completed in isolation, maybe at moments when we were feeling lonely, but to see those works come in to our inbox, it showed us like there's still work to do, there's still voices to share with a larger audience. So we're very proud and very humbled that you share our publication to have your work published. I see some of my English colleagues here, and I just want to thank you, Zaira, Rich, Richard, for being here, and of course, Valdemar and Jasmine. Thank you for being here. So that was our last reader. So I'm going to now, Janine is going to close the Literary Fiesta for this year, and I just want to thank her and the whole Literary Fiesta team. I was not part of the committee this year, and I miss you guys, but it's so amazing what you did with the lineup this year. It's great to see. So thank you, Janine.
You can come back.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Minerva. You're always welcome back.
I may.
Thank you, everyone. I would like for the committee members to go ahead and turn on their cameras so they can be recognized, so you can see their faces. It was a lot of people behind the scenes. And I think you saw almost everyone during this area. Go ahead and they gave introductions, and they were very much a part of this. So thank you, everybody. We're missing a few right now, but most of them were here all day long. And I know Sandra was here all day behind the scenes, and Laura Lee also. So thank you, committee members. You're the greatest, and we will regroup to do this again next year. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for attending, and we hope you enjoyed the 13th Annual Literary Fiesta. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.